Chapter 30 from the Bravest Generation, Brothers in Arms. In life, just like in combat, we aren't meant to fight alone. Quote from Chad Robichaux, former Force Recon Marine, founder of Mighty Oaks Foundation. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. Proverbs 17:17. Camaraderie is often made richer in the face of shared trials. It's the glue that keeps their bond so tight. The brotherhood among Vietnam veterans is unique and enviable, forged through shared hardship of fighting a controversial and mismanaged war, enduring extreme combat tactics and conditions, and facing unconscionable rejection from their return home. Not much different than it was in Vietnam, they were quickly reminded that their only true support system was each other. Their unique bond was founded on unspoken respect, mutual understanding, and the tenacity, having fought, suffered, and survived together in a war that many have been bent on forgetting. Even if they meet for the first time at age 70, there's an unspoken understanding between them of things never shared, even with those they love most. Stories and memories they've guarded not out of shame, but out of a deep desire to shield their loved ones from the weight they carry. Veterans of Foreign War and American Legion organizations were typically where veterans would seek much-needed fellowship to connect with others who have walked the walk. Unfortunately for our men and women returning from Vietnam, both organizations initially caved to the public disdain and banned our uniformed defenders from joining. That didn't defeat these battle-worn and strong-willed men. In 1978, the indefatigable veterans established the National Organization of Vietnam Veterans of America, creating their own safe space and advocacy group for the Vietnam veterans' rights, particularly in the areas of health care, mental health recognition, and benefits related to Agent Orange exposure. Their motto, "Never again will one generation of veterans abandon another." Their mission statement is themed around advocacy, camaraderie, and mentorship. The organization is still thriving today and is home away from home for over 90,000 of its members. The Associates of the Vietnam Veterans of America is the official auxiliary organization, allowing family members and civilians to support programs benefiting our veterans. This organization is 7,000 members strong and still growing. But this was not the light at the end of the tunnel just yet. In 1987, our veterans had had enough of the disrespect and the lack of care about those left behind. Vietnam veterans Artie Muller and Ray Manzo established Rolling Thunder, a band of 2,500 motorcyclists for the purpose of making a unified presence as it rolled through towns, bringing awareness to the continued plight of our veterans, finding our missing in action, and honoring our killed in action. The organization grew to hundreds of thousands of motorcyclists around the country. Only in the last handful of years did it dissolve, leaving the legacy to continue with independent chapters. In 1989, James Gunny Gregory had the desire to make a statement in a coast-to-coast gesture of remembrance for those still missing in action and those killed in action by all the veterans who inevitably returned home changed men. The Run for the Wall is a 10-day motorcycle run beginning in California and ending at the Wall in Washington District of Columbia. It quickly grew to include 4 main routes from which motorcyclists would journey from their neck of the woods to link up with the caravan heading to D.C. for Memorial Day. Continued camaraderie and healing are added benefits to the ride. Although many of the Vietnam veterans have retired their bikes for such a long ride, younger veterans have carried on the tradition. Combat veterans possess an unwavering commitment to each other and never drop their pack, as my dear friend, U.S. Marine Corps Major William Mamiaga, also known as Monsoon, often says. They possess tremendous grit and fortitude, which only pales in comparison to the size of their hearts. Immediately following the chaotic withdrawal in Afghanistan, ending the 20 years of war in the Middle East, Vietnam veterans couldn't help but experience déjà vu with all the likenesses to the withdrawal from their 20-year war in Vietnam. They immediately reached out to their younger comrades, even putting their personal cell phones on social media, extending an ear and words of support and wisdom. They know the impact a chaotic withdrawal has on the warriors who endured the unthinkable, lost much, and hurt deeply. They know firsthand the power of knowing someone cares. This is one of the many ways our Vietnam veterans make an unassuming impact in our chaotic world. The best way to survive an army of one is to meet up with your number 2. This is another benefit of the VVA and the welcoming VFW and American Legion. These chapter meetings are far more than veterans getting together to talk shop. They serve as ground zero for putting good out into the world through group volunteerism. They run food drives to help the food insecure families in their communities. They run fundraisers in the forms of breakfast, movie nights, and comedy shows to award scholarships to students moving on to higher education or trade schools. They organize or promote patriotic events of honor and remembrance to echo the names of those who have passed, keeping them alive in the hearts of current and the future generations. There's something powerful that happens when veterans come together face to face, working side by side for a mission greater than themselves. While online groups and social media communities serve their purpose, they can't replace the impact of real-world connections and hands-on projects that bring lasting good into the world. Our Vietnam veterans, now entering their golden years, carry a wealth of wisdom and leadership, earned through service and sacrifice. These national treasures deserve the chance to share their experiences and pass the torch on to the younger veterans. There is an opportunity and a need for the next generation to step up, to shoulder the physical demands of running cherished traditions, ceremonies, and fundraising events that honor all who have served. To younger veterans, this is your call to action. Step into the community that needs you. By joining veteran-centric groups, you're not just giving back, you're gaining brotherhood, purpose, and a connection to those who have walked the path before you. The rewards are immeasurable. Friendships that last a lifetime, wisdom that can't be found anywhere else, and the chance to make a real difference in the lives of those who paved the way. Stand alongside these extraordinary warriors. They are waiting to welcome you. For those who live in remote areas or find comfort within their existing support circles, there are still meaningful ways to connect with fellow veterans. My dear friend, Navy Seabee Bob Rome, one of the most remarkable Vietnam veterans I know, has found a truly special way to give back to those he calls his chosen family. From his home in California, surrounded by his close-knit family, Bob has crafted over 500,000 backpack accessory clips, yellow, red, and green beads, along with as many red, white, and blue ones. With each bead carefully threaded, he infuses these simple gifts with a profound purpose. Bob sends me bags of these clips to share with veterans I meet along my journey, hoping that as these beads pass from his hands to the hands of a brother or sister in arms, they carry with them a silent message. You are remembered, you are valued. Each bead represents a prayer, a wish for peace, offered during the creation and every day thereafter. Our veterans stand by one another in quiet, powerful ways. In the end, peace is the most precious gift of all, a golden commodity that cannot be purchased or given. It can only be accepted. In all my travels and meetings with veterans, it will never get old for me to witness Vietnam veterans meeting for the first time. Their bond is instant, meaningful, and deep. It is an enviable bond to another human that most of us will never experience, but they have paid dearly for this. When questioned if they would do it again, a vast majority of them say they would. Their brotherhood was worth it. This kind of patriotism, this kind of grit, this kind of heart is fascinating. So I've posed the question to many of them. You all have every reason to despise this country for how they treated you back then, yet y'all are the most patriotic group I know. Why is that? Universally they respond, because we were raised by the greatest generation. 2 wars, 2 generations, 1 truth. Bravery wears many faces. May God bless all of those who wear the uniform, and may God continue to bless America. 2 Corinthians 1, 3, and 4. Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God.